Hello, today's video we have the following content.
The Legend of the Hidden Sea released a new poster, starting a battle between machinations and justice. In the long history, there are always some characters who compose immortal legends with their wisdom, courage and persistence. The Legend of the Hidden Sea, an upcoming costume drama, is exactly such a work that closely connects personal destiny with the rise and fall of the country. With the official release of the final makeup photos of Xiao Zhan playing Zang Hai, a wave of anticipation spread quickly on the internet. The depth and sharpness in the lowered eyes seemed to indicate that a magnificent story was about to begin. Full stop. Xiao Zhan, Zang Hai, a glimpse of 10,000 years, a wise man's plan. Xiao Zhan, a young actor known for his versatile acting skills in the entertainment industry, this time playing Zang Hai is undoubtedly a new challenge for his acting career. Zang Hai, the name reveals an unfathomable meaning. As shown in the official makeup photos, Xiao Zhan's eyes have the calmness of a wise man and the sharpness of a brave man. Under his lowered eyes, there seems to be endless calculations and insights into the future, making people full of endless reverie about the story behind this character. The story of Legend of the Tibetan Sea is set in a dynasty where many forces are surging undercurrents. The struggle for power is not only the light and shadow of swords on the surface, but also the battle of wits behind the scenes. In this era, every decision may trigger a storm, and every choice of taking sides may be a choice between life and death. As the core character in the play, how Zang Hai can stand firm in such an environment with his extraordinary resourcefulness not only tests his wisdom, but also tests his persistence and justice. The path of justice, exploration and persistence. In such an era full of opportunities and crises, Zang Hai's journey is not only a pursuit of power, but also an exploration of inner beliefs. Facing the complicated human heart and the temptation of interests, how he explores the true path of justice while maintaining his true heart has become a highlight of the plot. The Legend of Zang Hai not only tells a game about power, but also explores in depth how individuals survive and find light in the gap between morality and reality in troubled times. The charm of copywriting, the wave of anticipation. The official 3 editions of copywriting released in succession, each edition has its own characteristics, not only showing the rich cultural connotation of the Legend of the Tibetan Sea, but also cleverly arousing the curiosity of the audience. From the ups and downs of officialdom, the officialdom of the world to the rise and fall of officials, the power to determine the country, these words are not only a high-level summary of the plot, but also an artistic representation of the style of that era. They inspired the audience's endless reverie about the complex character relationships and the ups and downs of the plot in the play, making people's expectations for the Legend of the Hidden Sea soar. In this era of information explosion, the Legend of Zang Hai can single-handedly set off such a huge discussion boom, which undoubtedly proves its unique charm. Zang Hai, played by Xiao Zhan, uses his own wisdom to seek the light of justice in court battles. This is not only a modern interpretation of the image of an ancient wise man, but also a response to the spiritual pursuit of contemporary audiences. Although the audience's desire for shooting and broadcasting was not realized, this undoubtedly heightened everyone's expectations for the final product. The Legend of Zang Hai, let us look forward to this visual and spiritual feast together, and witness how Zang Hai writes his own legendary chapter with wisdom and courage. Next news. Legend 5 was exposed to have an outrageous lineup. The promoter Xiao Zhan has many popular artists, and the American diva is included in the list. Legend and Brother Pi are 2 high-profile S+ variety show IPs, which have undoubtedly brought huge benefits to Mango. The revenue almost occupies a dominant position in the domestic famous artist group selection variety show market, achieving considerable commercial success. After Legend 4 came to a successful conclusion, the audience's attention turned to the popular Phi Brother 3. In the fierce competition of this program, Zhen Jiawang and Su Xiaoyong were unfortunately eliminated in the first round. Subsequently, Su Liang and Lance Hanglong also stopped in the second round and failed to move forward. In the third round of competition that had been recorded, Ping Guan and Su Xiaoding were not spared and were also eliminated. According to online news, in the fourth round of the competition that was recorded on September 18, Hu Bing and Wei Sun were also suspected of being eliminated, which is regrettable. Although according to past broadcasting habits, Legend 5 should meet the audience in May next year, before that, many different versions of the list of proposed guests have been circulated on the internet, triggering widespread attention and discussion. The preliminary list of invitations circulated on the internet includes a staggering number of artists, including Ren Jialin as a witness of the journey of riding the wind, as well as the participation of powerful actors Hai Qing and Tao Hong, as well as top traffic stars from South Korea Yu, Japan's popular idol Hanazawa Kana, the famous American actress Scarlett Johansson, and Thailand's popular star Pink Kana, and other big names have joined the show. Recently, a so-called proposed guest list for Sister Lang 5 has appeared on the internet. However, the authenticity of this list is still questionable. On the one hand, the preparations for the program may be in progress, but it is unlikely that the complete guest lineup will be determined so early. After all, artists' schedules usually need to be planned and adjusted in advance. On the other hand, some of the artists on the list are basically as unlikely to participate in the show. Therefore, this list is likely to be just a guess or fiction on the internet, which is quite different from the actual situation. First of all, we can completely rule out the possibility of Xiao Zhan being the founder of Changfeng. Just as it is impossible for Ren Jialin to participate, the possibility of Xiao Zhan joining Lang G5 as the sponsor of Changfeng is even slimmer. Today, Xiao Zhan is already a top star in the domestic entertainment industry. He focuses more on his identity as an actor and rarely gets involved in variety shows. For programs such as Lang G5 that are not directly related to him, he will not invest his energy, because for him, such participation does not mean much. Although the witness in Lang G5 is not the core focus of the show, whenever there is a change in the selection of this role, it can set off a wave of discussion on the internet. Looking back at Zina in last year's Lang G3, her joining attracted widespread attention. Now that Wang Xiaoming has returned to the show, unless something unexpected happens, he is expected to become a regular candidate in the future. In order to ensure his participation in the show, he would even reserve a time slot for it. In addition, the possibility of Zhu Jinggai, Bai Lu, Wu Zuanai and Yu Shuxin participating is also relatively small. The Lang G series has always featured stage competition among artists aged 30+. Although the program team in subsequent seasons tried to downplay this setting. For example, Lang G4 invited Gina Alice, who was born in 1994, to participate. But so far, there has not been a large-scale invitation of high-traffic artists under the age of 30. Taking into account age factors, it seems unlikely that Zhu Jinggai and Bai Lu, who were born in 1994, and Wu Zuanai and Yu Shuxin, who were born in 1995, will appear on the stage of Lang G5 at the same time. This inference is based on their respective birth years. Zhu Jinggai has shown her talents and performed well in the field of ancient puppet dramas. Bai Lu is currently gaining momentum and can easily control various types of dramas. Yu Shuxin has become a popular heroine in many ancient puppet dramas. Although these three actresses all have a strong traffic color, they are still on the road to acting steadily. At least their fan base is very loyal. So at present, it seems that they have no urgent need to participate in movies like Lang Gang. Programs like Sister. Although Wu Zuanai is not yet 30 years old, she has had the experience of forming a group in South Korea. After returning to China, she stood out and produced 101 and formed a new team. With her excellent singing and dancing abilities, she actually fits the popular IP of Sister Lang very well. Manga Channel may have already included her in the talent pool for subsequent seasons, and may even send her an invitation next year. After all, the controversy surrounding the age limit is not an insurmountable obstacle. In addition, the possibility of the American diva joining is almost non-existent. This year's much-anticipated program Lang G4 accidentally exposed a jaw-dropping list, in which the name of Canadian Queen Avril appeared. This news quickly set off a huge discussion on the internet. Many netizens even believed it to be true and looked forward to her wonderful performance with excitement. Now, the foreign diva once again appears in the planned guest lineup of Lang G5. Previously, the dazzling Hollywood star Scarlett Johansson has stunned everyone, and now, Ariana Grande, the popular diva known as the Little Mariah Carey in the American pop music world, is on the list. For Mango, inviting guests of this level is undoubtedly an arduous task, and can even be said to be an unattainable dream, so they themselves have never considered this direction. South Korea's top artist IU Lee Ji-yoon, known as the National Sister, and Pyong Chena, who has gradually emerged in Thailand through That Little Thing About First Love, these two stars are unlikely to participate in the recording of Sister 5. Of course, for some artists in Southeast Asia, If they are eager to expand into the mainland market more broadly, joining the show Langji is undoubtedly an option worth considering. After all, this program not only provides them with an excellent display platform, but also an ideal way for them to expand their influence and gain more opportunities. Therefore, we can definitely say that joining Langji is a possible and extremely attractive option for them. Regarding the other characters on this list of revelations, there are also a few who are very suitable to participate in the recording of Langji 5. For example, Kim Min-ki, who has the classic work Thieves of Time, and Issy, who is famous for eating fried chicken in People's Square. Musicians with such popular songs deserve more opportunities to showcase, and they are completely worthy of it. Known and loved by a wide audience. For example, the fast girl Liu Mian, whose strength and reputation cannot be underestimated, has been repeatedly defeated despite self-recommendation. Juanita, a leader who has emerged in the female rap world, and Su Lu, Li Ziru, and Sun Yi, 3 actors whose looks and figures are frequently on the hot search lists, and Moon Wing Shan, who became famous again with The Lost Girl. In addition, we have to mention stars such as Jordan Chan's lover Kari Ying, all of whom have extraordinary performances in their respective fields. In the list of proposed invitations, if you look closely, it seems that the reliability of the 4 singing senior sisters, Meng Jia, Rainy Yang, Cindy Wong and Mei Liaya, is particularly outstanding. This is mainly because the singing guests are usually the sisters who have successfully formed a group in the first 4 episodes or have high popularity, and the 4 of them fit this condition perfectly. It is worth mentioning that after Cindy Wong won the championship in Sister 3 last year, the group variety show The Promise of the Stars in which she participated was suspended after only 1 episode. It wasn't until more than a year later that the show was re-aired under a different name, but unfortunately, it didn't attract much attention or popularity. In the past year, although Mango Channel launched many high-profile key programs, unfortunately, Cindy Wong was not seen in these programs. Looking back on last year, she was not invited to participate in the much-loved Time Concert 2, and this year's much-anticipated Treasure Island season also failed to see her appearance. She didn't even show up for the singing part in Sister Lang 4. Even for Time Concert 3, which just launched recently, she failed to get an invitation. The cooperation between Mango Channel and Cindy Wong seems to have not gone as people expected, which makes many fans feel regretful. With her stunning performance in Sister 3, Cindy Wong achieved phenomenal popularity again and successfully returned to the mainland market. However, in the past year, her resource performance has been slightly flat and unsatisfactory. Despite this, considering Mango's excellent popularity and reputation in the mainland variety show field, we still hold out expectations and hope that both parties can work together again to create more excitement. To sum up, regarding the list of proposed invitees announced for the latest season of Langji 5, although there are indeed several sisters on the list who are suitable and may participate, overall, the credibility of this list is still worthy of suspect. The Langji series has now been renamed Chengfeng. This year's revision has achieved significant success thanks to the influence of outstanding women such as Zina, Mei Liaya, Chen Jiahua, Zhi Fu, Liu Yan, Zuzu, Liu Zijin and so on. Full stop. We sincerely hope that next year's Riding the Wind 2024 will continue to surprise the audience and live up to expectations.
Thank you for watching the video. If this is your first time watching a video, please subscribe to the channel, like and leave your comments to help us develop your channel.